Hey guys, Bill coming back at you again with another video. Today it's just going to be a quick look at the zombie sunsets and the AirCube ebb and flow grow system, see how they're making out this week, and we're also going to be topping up the reservoir, and I'm going to show you just how easy it is to do that in this system. Alright guys, so I think it's week 6 for the zombie sunset, 6 weeks in flower. Let's take a look. Alright, here we have in the Mars Hydro 5x5, we're running the zombie sunsets under the Mars Hydro FC6500 Smart Light, which can be controlled by the Mars Hydro app. Here we have the zombie sunsets, wall-to-wall bud. Really couldn't ask for much better than this. The terpenes are out in full force now. Such a sweet, almost flowery slash candy sweet, and really nice. Now these are being grown, 7 of them are being grown in the AirCube ebb and flow grow system. We can see all the way in the back there, and we have 2 in fabric pots that we can just pull out if we need to do any work in the back, and that's come in really handy doing that. Last week I did pull these 2 out, got back there, did a little LST right there in the back. There was a few gaps there, tried to fill them in as much as possible, and that seemed to work out pretty good. And yeah, now we're just on the road to letting them bulk up, and they'll be finished in a few weeks. Let's take a quick look here. Let's just pick a random one. Got some nice good sized buds and really nice and full of trichomes all the way down. Beautiful. Now I do notice that the ones in the back, see if we can zoom in just a little bit, seem to be just a little plumper and a little bit fuller than the ones in the front. Now my thoughts on that are, I keep the front of the tent, I keep this door open pretty much all day, because I don't know about you guys, but I just love seeing my grows. So if I close it, then I have to open it every time. If I leave it open every time I go to the washroom or walk by this door, I always take a peek in at them. So I leave it open, but by doing that, I'm not getting the reflective light here in the front, which can make quite a difference. I believe that's partially why the buds here, like you can see, it's a little bit more spaced out here. Didn't fill in quite as well as the back ones. So I think that could possibly be why I'm not getting that reflective light in the front. Also, these 2 in the front are the ones that have the full sheet of copper on the bottom. Now I did pull them out once and looked at them. Didn't see a whole lot of difference between the front ones with the copper and the back ones without the copper. But it'll be interesting to see when we harvest if there is any significant difference down there in the root zone. Maybe that might be causing an issue, but overall, I mean, they're still looking really good. Still got some nice, good sized buds here. And over the next couple, 2-3 weeks, they will bulk up and get some weight to them. And I think it's going to turn out really good. Now, one thing about growing in the system is just so easy. I brag this system up every time because I love it. It's so easy. And I'm going to show you what I do. Every 3 or 4 days, I just top up the reservoir over here. So every 3 or 4 days, I will top it up, throw in a couple 5-gallon buckets. This is a 60-gallon reservoir, and I never really fill it to the top. But I know once it gets below that white thing, then it's getting time to fill it up. And that'll give me 3 or 4 days. I could fill it all the way up and only have to do it probably once a week, but I'm in here anyway on the daily, so not a big deal. But I'm going to show you just how easy it is to top this up. So I have the bucket, 5-gallon bucket of water. I already poured that out. Now I'm just on a well water, my own well. It's actually a sand point. So there's no chlorine or anything in this. It's just plain groundwater. And that's what I use, and it seems to work pretty good. And besides that, all I have is I have my stir cup, which is just a cheap cup I got from Amazon. People use them for like protein shakes and stuff. This one I have dedicated just for this. I have some pH down because I always have to add just a little bit of that, and I have my General Hydroponic Maxi Bloom. Speaking of Maxi Bloom, I do want to give out a shout out to Ryan Hill. Now I don't know if he still follows the channel or not, But back in 2021, for some reason it got really hard to get Maxi Bloom here in Canada, and I had mentioned it on one of my channels. And not only Ryan Hill, there was a couple other people that sent me bags of Maxi Bloom to keep me going, and I really appreciate them. I don't remember their names right off, but you know who you are, and big thanks. And Ryan sent me this 16-pound tub of it, and I'm just using the end of it now. I just filled up my container here with it, and yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Ryan Hill and also all the other ones that sent me the Maxi Bloom to keep me going. It's much easier to get it here now. I don't know what happened. It's something to do with the Canadian government or something, probably some bullshit. But anyway, just using the end of it now. So yeah, just the Maxi Bloom, my stir cup, and a little bit of pH down, and a stir stick. Got that there. So I'm going to set you up on the tripod, and we're just going to mix this up and top up the reservoir. Super easy. Okay, so first off, I have some warm water in my stirring cup. I'm going to open that up. Now this is for 1 5-gallon bucket of water. Super easy. This is one nutrient. I'm going to add, I know I need some pH down. I don't measure it anymore because I know pretty much what I need, and just a little squirt just like that. That's enough. I know just from experience and running the same nutrients that's enough. If you don't know exactly, you're better off to add the nutrient first and then test it and then add your pH up or down, whatever you need. But you should add your nutrient first if you're not sure what you need right off. Okay, so I got my General Hydroponic Maxi Bloom. Now it's just a powder. And go ahead, I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons into this water. Now this, I do it the same every time. Now when I first started feeding them, I was only putting 2 in per a 5-gallon bucket, and that seemed to be enough. And then right before I flipped to flour, I started adding 3, and again that seems to be enough. So I got 3 in there, just a powder. We're going to hold this button, do it a little shake, stir it around a little bit, and that's going to stir it for me. Now I usually will run this twice, and I'll do this as the bucket's filling up, just to stir it up, and then I'll let it set for a minute, and then once the bucket's almost full, I'll run it again. And by running it twice, it gets most of that powder absorbed into the water. So but there will still be some particles at the end that just don't get mixed up. I don't even worry about that. I dump it in anyway, turn on my air hose in my tank, and that usually will take care of the rest of it. So there we have one. I'll run it again super quick. And that's it, guys. Now all we're going to do is pop the top, and we're going to dump it right in the water. So it's mostly already dissolved in the water, and that's it. I'll just leave that. I don't even bother washing that. I'll just set it out on my counter and use it again. So there's a little bit of little powder and stuff in there. That'll just set in there and get used in next time. So really easy way to do it. I'll stir this up just a little bit, not much. And then we'll just go ahead, take it, and dump it right into the res. Now that'll give me 3 or 4 days. Now down in the bottom, I do have a just a water pump that is stirring the water. But when I add a new batch of nutrients, I always like to plug in my air pump here. The big air stone down there. That'll agitate the water and just turn it over, keep turning it over, and that will help mix in any of those nutrients that didn't fully get dissolved. So that's it, simple as that. That's all I do every 3 or 4 days. That's it, top it up. I did empty out the reservoir fully last week, but that's the first time I did it since this grow. I've been just leaving whatever's in there and just topping up every 3 or 4 days. So super easy, and the plants seem to be loving it. Now in order to feed the 2 fabric pots, I've just been taking a little watering can, dipping it into the res, and watering it with that, and I water them once a day till runoff. Now we can see there's not much difference between them, but there is a difference. They're not as big and full as the ones that are running in the system that are getting fed 6 times a day. Not quite. And they're still not bad, but not quite as big as the other ones there. So the numerous times a day definitely seems to be a little bit better. We can see all the way around it. The buds are just a little bit better stacked and just overall better developed. And that's why I love this system, because it's so easy. That's it. I don't have to mix in a bunch of nutrients and come in every day and feed them once or twice a day. It's just fill that one bucket twice a week, and that's it. That's all they need. So yeah, the system's working out beautifully. Now, if anybody's interested in checking out the AirCube Ebb and Flow Grow System, I will have links down below to growace.com. They're the ones that sell it. And if you use my code BWARD, you'll save 5% on any of the AirCube Ebb and Flow Grow Systems. You can get from 6 buckets all the way to 36, I believe. You can run 36 all on one system. So feel free to check that out. All right, guys, just a short one today. Just wanted to check. People have been asking how I do that, so I wanted to just show them step by step how I did it, how easy it was. So that's all we're going to cover today. We're going to work on getting some other tents going, because I have everything else is empty right now. I have the 4x4, the 3x3, and the 2.5x5. They're all sitting empty right now, and we got to get something going in there. So I do have a couple types of clones. I know what I'm going to do in this tent next, so I'll show you next week on that. But I still haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do in the other tents. But I do have some other clones, some Condensate bananas from Copycat Genetics. They should be pretty good. I got them from my buddy Jay. He's growing them right now, so he took me some cuttings, and yeah, I'm curious to see how they turn out. All right, guys, big shout out to Mars Hydro, main sponsor of the show. If anybody's interested in any of Mars Hydro's products, which is pretty much all I use, feel free to check out the links down below. I have links to Amazon and also Mars Hydro's web store. If you do happen to buy anything through the Mars Hydro webpage, feel free to use my code BWARD, and that'll save you a little bit at checkout as well. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one. Happy growing.